What is going on, you beautiful people? You've all seen the title and you've all seen the thumbnail. And yes, I'm going to be teaching you how to exploit money in Path of Exiles 2. So, let's get started. Firstly, you're going to need a handful of exalted orbs to even really get this going, because you're going to need to start off with a mount, whether it's a small amount or a large amount, but an amount so you can obviously duplicate that money. But how do we duplicate it? Well, let's go over to this, and that is the Path of Exile 2 trading site. If you want to know the link, you can see it here, pathofexile.com/trade2. That's all you need to put in order to get to this website. Once you're on here, you want to get familiar with certain items that you know about in this game. So for me, the easiest way for me to make money or print money in this game and duplicate money is with this simple method. I'm going to go straight into the item category, and I'm going to go down to what I know is body armor. I'm going to go to evasion rating, and then I'm going to also add on increased evasion rating. Now, how do I know what is valuable and what is going to make me the most money? Well, I'm going to click search right here, and I'm then going to click evasion at max quantity, and we can see the maxed rolled item here is 2,818, right? But Death Wish, that's 25 divine orbs. So how are we going to get some sort of money like that? Well, it's quite easy. As long as you know what is a high roll or what's going to make you a decent amount of money. Let's say we're starting off with exalted orbs. Let's go down to the bottom here and let's click exalted orbs. So now we've clicked on exalted orbs and we click that. We can also see what the highest rated armor is in exalted orbs. Well, this one is going for 100 exalts, and it's got the armor rating of 2229. And the other one over there was 2,800, but obviously it was going for a lot more divine orbs. Now, we do know divine orb in the game currently is sitting around 81 exalted for one divine. So what we want to do is we want to try and find the highest armor rated item, or it could be any item that you know of, the highest armor rated item or weapon without runes on it. This is how you exploit money. It's super, super, super easy. I've got all the hands of wisdom and everything in the game just by doing this one easy method. So what am I going to do? Here we go. We're on the armors. Now you can put a budget limit depending on how many obviously exalted orbs you've got. And then obviously you could put an increased invasion rate. For me, I could put 130 if I can't find anything in my initial search. I'm going to click search. I'm going to click this. Now, this is the evasion rating, but this is adding on obviously the 20% of the quantity, but also adding on the runes. I need to try and see if there's an armor piece that is almost got the same evasion rating without runes. Why? Because when you add the runes, you add an additional 40% on them. People haven't clocked onto that. So they're uploaded in armor pieces that could potentially be better than what is sitting at the highest cost up here, but without the runes on. So I'm just literally going to scroll down, and on my screen together, we're going to literally look for the or an item without runes on it. If we can't see any on this page, and we have to fine tune the search a little bit better, we better find it. So we've got this one here, and it's 1661, and it is got 1993, but it's actually got a rune slot on it, but it's got no runes. Now in the game, I want to try and invite that person to a party. No doubt that this person is getting absolutely spammed to high heaven. I'm actually, because I know how good this is, I'm going to whisper and I'm going to say, I'll buy it for 60 exalted, right? Now you don't have to do this. You could obviously just keep scrolling. But I know that piece of armor there is worth at least about 5 to 10 divines. So if I can get it for 60 exalted, which is less than one divine, even if I can get it for half of the value of what it's going to cost at full upgrade. Now, how do we know what the full upgrade is? Well, we'll go back to the website. So in this case, we will go to screen capture. Now we can see that the item, where are we, is here 1661. If we pull up the calculator at 1661, so it's 1661, and we plus 40%, it would equal 2325. Now we can see that on here, there is no piece of armor which has got 2325 on it. If we go over to the likes of divine orbs and we put the max 5 and we go to max evasion rate, we've got 2479. So it's not going to be 5 divines. If we look for where it is, it's going to be sitting around, okay, so it's going to be sitting around the 3 divine mark. So we will sell it for 3 divines, which is still pretty good going. You could flip potentially 1 divine into 3 divines just by getting that 1 piece of item. But because the item is so good, that person will be getting serious amounts of spam. I'm going to try and message them, and I'm going to ask if I can buy it for, I don't know, let's say 80 Exalt. Now here on my screen, as I'm doing this, one of my other pieces of armor that I've got for sale, someone wants to buy. So I'm literally going to buy this. Not the highest priced one, but this person nevertheless wants to buy it from me. So I'm going to give it to them, and they're going to give me 17 Exalts. It all depends on what you think something's worth. So give me 17 Exalts. I did 17 for a specific reason, just to be able to get it sold. It wasn't the greatest of rolls. It's actually at full rating. It's got less armor than the one that we just saw. But there you go. I've just made 17 Exalts live on the recording. But let's go back to the top. Let's hit search again, and let's start this again. So we're going to go here. We're actually going to remove. We're currently sitting on the divines. So let's go and remove divines from here. Let's go back to Exalted, because people that are putting it on Exalted don't normally know the price of how much the item costs. So here we are. Let's go and put evasion rate in. Let's scroll down, see if we can find an item without runes on it, which has got a quite high evasion rating. Now you could do this with armor. You could do this with energy shields, but yet again, that's not a market I've dropped in. You could do this with weapons. It does work with weapons if you put physical damage on them, but it has to have a high physical damage roll, and you can really crank that damage up and make stupid amounts of money, but you really have to know what you're looking for. Whereas I know this method, I've done it over and over and over again, and I've made about 100 divine orbs in a matter of a week, which is pretty insane with just doing this simple method. Now there is a really easy way of you getting divine orbs in this game, but obviously you're going to need pretty good loot, and it's basically, I'll show you after this. Let's look down and see if we can find anything else without a rune. So we'll go back to the top here. We'll go over to show filters, and now right behind my head you can see there we got the min. I'm going to put 130, right? The reason I'm doing 130 is because I know that typically it's going to be a high roll. I need to limit the search. So if I limit the search, then I've got a higher chance of finding items without runes on, and I'm not gonna have to scroll too far. So now we put 130 in. You can put 120 in. You can literally fine tune, but these are the stats that I've looked at. You could even put the likes of chaos resist. Find something with chaos resist without a rune on. Here we go. So we've got a 1554. They want 50 exalts. So let's just quickly do the maths. So we got the 1554 plus 40% equals 2175. It's not that great, but I mean, if we say the highest rolled armor on here, we say 2175, what are we looking at the top of here? 217. I mean, it's some of these items are going for over 100, so we can still double our money with that. Let's quickly just double our money. So where was it? It was down for 50. Let's go. Where are we? We're here. I'm going to direct whisper, but in the game, I'm going to actually just message and say, I have 40 this, okay. And maybe they'll accept that. Why not? Let's try and make 10 exalts back immediately off the rip. And we know we can sell that immediately for 80, or if we want to wait, we can sell it for 100. But let's try. I mean, let's keep scrolling, because we've already found that it's 1554. So that is our strongest item yet that we can find here. It has got fire resistance as well, which is pretty darn good. Let's keep going down. We've got this one, 1529. Now we've seen that other one, so that is actually better, and it had fire resistance on it. So we're actually going to offer on the game. I've offered on the game 40 exalts, and we can see that I've been invited to the party, but I'm not too sure if they accept that offer. So let's quickly just accept that party invite. They're trading, so let's quickly trade with them, and let's go and chuck 40 in. They've accepted, so let's go and accept that. Right, now we need to go over to our stash. And in here, we want to go over to the likes of here, and we want to pick out iron runes, and we want to have these. Unfortunately, these aren't available. Let's go and leave this party. Let's go back to mine, because that base was quite laggy, because I went to obviously someone who was in a different server. Now we're back here. We need to be able to slot runes onto it. So we're going to go over to Alva. We go to currency exchange. We put I want. And what do we want? We want to get... Well, we've got iron runes, but let me just show you. Just literally click iron rune and you click exalted orbs. And it's you get 4 for 1. Now I'm going to put 5 for 1. I'll place order, and whenever that comes available, I will get that. It does happen. Now I'm going to go to the artificer's orbs, and we can see it's 450 for 1, so I can do 5 for 1 again. I'll place the order, and when that becomes available, there we go. I've even managed to get it. Even though it says it's 450 for 1, I've managed to get 5 for 1. I'm actually going to place another order while they're available. And bam, now I've got 10 of them. Now I just need to wait for the iron runes, which will happen. Obviously, look at the trade market prices. Now I want to literally just click use, put that on these. And we saw it was before, it was sitting at, where's the calculator? It was sitting at, 1554, and then putting these two on it would make it actually go to 2175, which originally it was sitting at around, what, 18? Where are we? It was somewhere up here. It's obviously gone now. This one, 1554, and it was 1865. So we're making it go up to 2175, which definitely is going to look a lot more appealing to people in the game. So we just go back over to the game. You can see I'm just going to grab the iron runes and I'm going to drop them on it. You can't see it because it's just behind me here. I drop that on it as well. Bam, now I've got the armor piece and it's 1778, as we can see right here. So if we literally do the maths on that, the 1778 plus the 40%, which has already got the 40% on it, but then plus the additional 20%, so 1788 plus 20% equals 2145. So I actually got the maths wrong somewhere along here, but that's still a really strong roll. When we're looking at the top here, and we were looking at the top rolls, removing the evasive off the screen. So if we go show filters and we remove that max evasive that we got there, click search, and then we look, we can see that that is obviously still 2.2, and this is still not the highest. But if we're looking at around this mark, some are selling for 180. What's the cheapest? We can get this one for 186. So we want to compete with that price because we want to sell it quick. We don't want to be sitting on holding on to things. So literally just go back to the game. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my stash. I'm going to go over to one of my trading stashes, and I'll show you how to get one of them. Just going to chuck it in there. Now that's in, I'm going to set item note, and I'm going to literally just put 80. We just bought it for 40, so I'm duplicating my money. Clicking exalted orbs. I'm clicking save. That's now in there. Now I need to have to wait for it to go live on the store. It can take a while, depends how long the game system takes, but it should go immediately. But for some reason, the servers don't work like that. While I'm in the meantime, I'm going to be looking for most or more, and I'm going to be trying to fill up this whole page. So the other day I had, like, as you can see, I've got items here for like 3 divine orbs. So I've got that sword. You can get a sword in the game. You can't get any skills with it. You equip it, you get no skills. But I was buying loads, flipping loads, and then I brought loads, and I've gone and bought myself a load of items because I'm going to be making a new build for you guys, which should be quite interesting, quite fun. That did have 30% critical hit chance, and I put corrupted on it. I vow orbed it and it went down to 21, so I've literally killed that item. But it doesn't matter. If you don't do things you don't know. That one was a little bit different. The movement speed went down by 3%, but the fawn damage went up to 122%. So I'm going to try and make the tankiest character in the game, seeing if we can not die, but also hitting the most attack damage. That's going to be very interesting. Let me know if there's any other videos like that you want me to do. Like, I'm going to go through hardcore mode with only using random items, not being able to buy a single item, and see if we can become one of the top players in the world by only using random items. That should be cool, and we might stream that as well. So, back on the game. I'm just going to go and throw them artificers in there. I'm going to go and put my runes in there as well. You can also make a very quick load of exalted orbs, guys, by these little puppies that you see below me. See these inscribed ultimatums that we see right here? Now, if we go over to the store, we remove the evasions there, and we literally type in the ultimatums here. Remove the body armor because that won't show. Let's go and click search. Now, we can buy these for 1 exalted orb. Now, we want to try and find the lowest level. 74, 69, this 151 here. Literally want to buy all of the low levels under level 70, depending on what level you are, right? So we want to buy these, and now you've got these inscribed ultimatums. With these ultimatums, you can get, this is a good way to get yourself started with Exalted Orbs, you can get all of these soul cores. Now, what is the reason for the soul cores? Well, you can obviously, for one, equip them onto your body, but two, you can go over to Alva, interact with her, and if you interact with her and you go, I want Exalted Orbs, where are we? I can't see it there. Exalted Orbs. And I have, and we go down to Soul. We're gonna have to do it the other way around, only for the likes of, because I don't have all the soul cores. But let's go down to the likes of Soul Core of Azkappa. Now, if I say I've got Exalted Orbs, you can sell one Soul Core of Azkappa for 299 Exalted Orbs. Now, if you can buy one Inscribed Ultimatum for one Exalted Orb, you keep running it, no doubt you're going to get a couple of these and you're going to make absolutely hundreds of divine flipping orbs with a little bit of your time. So yeah, you're going to be running endgame maps, but endgame maps, you're running them to try and get the hope of a divine orb, the hope of an exalted orb. This guarantees you exalted orbs every time, or your money back. But yeah, you could literally just go ahead, do that, and then you can easily walk away with 3-4 divine orbs in one lucky run. And remember, you get 2 soul cores for each trial that's got over 7 runs. So if you're looking on the website, and you can see here that it's got number of trials 7. Obviously, that one's only got 4 trials, so it's not that great. But if you do the one that's got 7 trials, you've got a chance of getting 2 soul cores. And with 2 soul cores, you've got a chance of getting 2 of the rarity soul cores, which means you can get, in effect, 600 exalted orbs in one single run. That is a joke. So yeah, with that, let me know what you think. Let me know how much money you're making, how quick you're making it. Is there any item on the market that you found that flips really well, which you can literally just by putting runes on it or soul cores on it, making it so much better? Let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like, follow, comment, subscribe, and also what do you think about the soul cores?